Hello everyone and welcome. You guys know that I'm always looking for cool devices that can give you the most bang for your buck. I especially love tools that have double functionality. One tool that can do two functions. That way you save on space, clutter, and money. So today we'll be looking at a really cool automotive device that can do two popular functions and save you money at the same time. Today we'll be looking at the Mucar 2-in-1 Automotive Jump Starter and OBD2 Code Reader. I have never come across a device like this that can do two very useful automotive functions and still do it at a reasonable price. So when I saw this little guy, I knew I had to get it and share it with you guys. So let's take a look at this Jump Starter and OBD2 Code Reader and see if it lives up to what it promises. But before we do that, if you enjoy watching honest tool and product reviews plus helpful DIY projects, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I produce another product review video or DIY video. Alright, here's a look at the box for you. Let's open this guy up and see what I got this time. Alright guys, so this is the Mucar 2000 amp Jump Starter and OBD2 Code Reader, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this kit retails for $159.90. But they also have a $50 discount coupon on their Amazon page, making it only around $100 for this item, which is really a good deal. So what do you get when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the jump starter itself, you get the jumper cables, you get a USB cable to charge this guy up, and you get the owner's manual that explains everything about the unit, how to use it, power it up, all that kind of good stuff. This guy comes with a 1-year warranty, and the dimensions on this guy are 7.5 inches by 4 inches by 1.5 inches in thickness. This guy is powered up by an 18,000 milliamp lithium polymer battery with a peak output of 2,000 amps for doing jump starting. It can jumpstart vehicles up to 8-liter gas engine or 6.5-liter diesel engines. And you can jumpstart vehicles up to 20 times from a full charge. The operating temperature on this guy is from -4 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or that would be -10 degrees centigrade to 50 degrees centigrade. This guy has a lot of built-in protections to make sure you don't cause any harm to the unit or the vehicle. It has short circuit protection, overcharging protection, over discharge protection, over current, overheating, reverse connections, reverse polarity, low temperature, and more. This guy also works as a battery bank to power up your external devices like drones, phones, tablets, and any other device that you can hook up with a USB connector. It has a USB connector back here so you can output power from the internal battery out to any other devices that you want. It also has a powerful LED light with 3 functions: solid light, SOS, and flashing light. And I'll show you all this in just a moment. The OBD2 Code Reader has a 2.8-inch screen with a 240 by 320 resolution. The OBD2 Code Reader built into this guy can do all sorts of basic OBD2 functions like reading codes, erasing codes, reading freeze frame data, O2 sensor testing, evap system testing, IM readiness, live data, vehicle VIN display, DTC lookup, and more. So this 2-in-1 OBD2 Code Reader and Jump Starter is a great device for the car enthusiast or just about anyone to have on hand. Easily jumpstart your car if you ever have a dead or low battery, and also get quick information on anything wrong with your vehicle. One device can help you get back on the road by giving you both power and information on your vehicle. Not to mention that it doesn't take up much room to store, and it saves you money by not having to buy 2 separate devices. So let's take a look at this guy and see how it performs. But before we start doing that, let me show you, like I said a moment ago, as far as the connections back here, very simple to do. You have your input and output for charging it up and putting power up to outside devices. You have your LED light right there, and you have right here an LED display. When you power it on, it tells you exactly how much power you have in this unit. And if you press and hold the button, then the light comes on. There you have the light right there. You have a solid light, you have blinking light, and then you have your SOS light. So there you go right there, and then you press it again, hold it, and it turns it right off. So let's check this guy out. Let's do some testing and see how this guy performs. Alright guys, let's take a look at the OBD2 scanner that comes built into this jump starter. And one thing I'll point out is that if the video doesn't look fantastic, is because the resolution on this scanner is not HD quality. So therefore, it's not going to be picked up and made to look more beautiful by the camera. This is about the way it looks normally. It's only 240 by 300, so it's not top quality resolution. It's good enough to get the job done. It looks fine when you're looking at it through your eyeball. But the camera itself, you know, is always going to change things just a tiny little bit. So that's why you may see a little bit of pixelation or something like that going on. So let's get into this guy and see how it looks. All right, so when you plug this guy into your car, this is the first screen that you're going to see. And basically, it does not have touchscreen, so it works with the buttons a little further down on the scanner. And what you do is you move through it using the arrow keys and so forth. And these are the different things that you have available right off the bat. You have diagnosing, IM readiness, which is very useful if you need to go get a smog check, have your emissions testing done, that kind of thing. It's good to get this checked out before you go in it and have to pay and then not pass. Then you can review information that you have stored up, DTC lookup, where you can look up trouble codes and so forth. Printing is pretty obvious. You can print out your report of whatever you did. Help is if you have some problems. Setup, where you go in and basically set up the different settings that you want to use on this device, stuff like that. And information is just the info of the scanner itself. And there you can see it right there. So then we back out of there and let's go do a little bit of diagnosing. I have key on, engine off. Let's see what it tells us. And then you go into the diagnostic menu and you have different things you can do there. You could read diagnostic codes, erase codes, IM readiness again, data stream. You can read the data stream, freeze frame data, O2 sensor, onboard monitoring and stuff like that, evap testing, and vehicle information. And this may not be a very important thing if you're looking at your own vehicle that you already own, but if you're going to go out and buy a vehicle, used vehicle from someone else, this is a good function to have. You may want to take a scanner like this with you because this will tell you information that is in the computer about the vehicle. So you can tell a lot of things about the vehicle, whether the computer has been changed or whether the vehicle is not what the VIN says. In other words, it could be a stolen vehicle. They could have put a different VIN on it or something like that. So any of the more personal information about the vehicle will be in the computer right there. And it'll tell you a lot about the vehicle before you purchase it, which may mean you may not want to purchase it. So it's always good to check this out before you buy a used vehicle from someone you don't know. All right, here we go. Let's read some codes here and see what it says. And it'll talk to the vehicle and get some information. And there are no trouble codes, and you can see the light right here at the bottom that is green telling you everything's fine. A yellow or red light would show up here if there was any kind of problems. Back out of there, and we don't need to erase any data. And IM readiness, let's see that. And it runs through and tells you that everything is pretty much ready except for the evap. I haven't driven it up to have the evap take care of all the things that it needs to do. But it's pretty much everything is okay. Back out of there. And let's see, data stream. How about we check out the data stream and view all items. And it loads all the items that it can do. And this all basically relates to the compatibility with the vehicle. Not all vehicles will have all sorts of information. Remember, the scanner can only tell you what the vehicle is telling the scanner. The scanners, you could have the fanciest, most expensive scanner in the world, and if the vehicle does not tell it the information that you want, the scanner can't show it. So the fancier the scanner, the better, but it also has to relate to the vehicle that it's communicating to. Let me turn on the vehicle and see what data changes. All right, so now you can see in real time what is going on. Right there, you can see the commanded throttle actuator. Let's give it some gas. And you can see how it changes. And it'll be the same for everything else as you go through this. Everything will change in real time. So that's very useful if you're trying to diagnose a problem. And let's back out of here. And then let's view some graphic items. And let's see, let's pick a couple items. You can only pick 2 items to scan or to graph at one time. So here we have a couple things, short-term and long-term fuel trim. And let's see what it does. And that's not too bad. It's pretty responsive. You see the changes are pretty accurate or pretty spot on. When I do something, it changes automatically right away. Whereas some scanners may have a bit of a lag, this one responds very quickly. So that's not too bad for a very inexpensive scanner. I mean, this is not a top-end scanner. This is just a very basic scanner built in to a jump starter. So it's really not all that bad. So there you go. For you guys that want an inexpensive scanner and don't want to spend a lot of money, there you go. You get a scanner and a jump starter, 2 items in one, at a pretty good price. Now let's check and see how it works as a jump starter. Alright guys, so let's test this guy out and see how it performs as a jump starter. Now what we're going to use for testing is my RAV4, because the battery on this vehicle is 7 years old. That is really old. It's at the end of its life. It is getting very, very flaky right now. Sometimes it'll hold a charge, sometimes it won't. Like today, I had to push it into the garage to be able to shoot this video because it just won't take a charge. So, perfect opportunity to test it and see how this jump starter works. And I'm going to show you right now that it doesn't start. It didn't start from me earlier. Probably won't start again this time. Let's see if it doesn't make me into a liar. But it didn't start from me earlier, so I had to push it in here. Let's see what it does. And it will put out some little bit of power to light up the lights on the dash, but that's about it. So let's give it a go. And that's it. You see, nothing there. It won't do anything at all. So this battery is getting very, very flaky. Let's use it as a test subject, and let's test the jump starter and see how it performs. Let's go out to the front and get it hooked up. Alright guys, so here we are at the front of my RAV4, and there's the battery, and you can see the sticker right there that it says 1116. That tells you this battery is pretty old, and it's pretty much at the end of its life. So let's test this puppy out and see how it performs. You see right there, I have it hooked up, and it is fully charged up. And you have to turn this guy around, because on the back, these are the lights right here that'll tell you if it's correct, or if you have it wrong, or anything like that. And if your battery is very, very, very low, then you can use the boost power and you can boost it out to give you maximum power so you can jumpstart just about anything out there. And if your battery is missing, you can also do that as well. But we're not going to test that this time. We're testing a dead battery. So let me get this guy hooked up and then we'll do some jump starting and see how it performs. Let's hook up the negative right here. And there you go. You see the green light telling you that everything is correct. Let me go inside, and I'll see if this guy will jumpstart it. All right, there you have it, guys. It performed flawlessly. It did the job that it's supposed to do. It jump-started a dead battery without any trouble whatsoever. Now let me move this guy outside before the battery dies on me again. Alright guys, there you have it, a review and demonstration of a very cool 3-in-1 device. This device brings you a jump starter, a battery bank, and an OBD2 scanner all in one compact unit. All this for the price of what just one of these items would cost you alone. You saw how well it performed as a jump starter and how useful it was as an OBD2 scanner as well. It comes with an OBD2 scanner that is easy for just about anyone to use and get started getting information from your vehicle. No complicated learning curve like some other OBD2 scanners on the market. So if you want to be able to get information about your vehicle and jumpstart your battery when it dies, then this is one handy device to have on hand. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.